School is out, and Brock University experts are highlighting the benefits of children and youth spending time outdoors. Joining me via Zoom is Professor of Recreation and Leisure Studies, Tim O'Connell. Tim, what is the recommendation for physical activity each day?
The recommendation for physical activity each day is at least 60 minutes of vigorous play or outdoor activity or indoor activity, but any 60 minutes of doing something physical is the recommended amount.
What are some of the major benefits of outdoor play?
Yeah, some of the benefits of outdoor play are increased curiosity. So kids get out there and are able to explore and see things. Of course, there is the element of physical activity where kids are, running around, exploring things, jumping over things, jumping on things, turning things over, moving things. So there's that element of physical play. There's also social benefits. So especially when they're out with families or other kids. I think kids tend to, are drawn to one another, especially in outdoor environments. And it's kind of that spontaneous play that emerges that is one of those benefits as well. I think another benefit is getting away from screens. I think more and more of the research shows the kind of the detrimental effects of screen time for kids of all ages, and certainly getting kids outside is a key to getting them away from screens. Um, and then obviously time with family and caregivers and whoever those folks might be on the social connection side. Again, it's a great way to spend time away from kind of the distractions of everyday life. So I think those are a lot of the benefits of being outside.
What would you say are the best summer activities for children to reap all of those benefits?
There's lots. I think, you're obviously going to playgrounds. I think going on hikes are really simple and inexpensive. Hikes are really simple and inexpensive ways to get kids outside, and just letting kids to stop and explore. Whether it's at a creek or in the woods. Of course, kind of being, safe to giving kids some safety rules around things to touch and what not to eat, and basically don't eat anything. I think getting on bikes, being outside, I think kids these days really enjoy biking, whether it's to a place or just around the neighborhood. Camping is a great activity, family activity that kids can engage in. Going away to summer camps, if that's a possibility, is another way to get kids outside and doing things. There's also lots of opportunities in local parks and recreation facilities to get kids engaged in outdoor activities like sports camps, other outdoor activities like hiking clubs. There's sometimes trail running clubs, mountain biking clubs, any types of those clubs that do activities that rely on the outdoors are great ways to get kids engaged in the outside.
Tim, why is non-competitive or parallel play important for the development of children?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it basically some of those things that kids take away from play in general are some of the key things that come out of parallel play as well. So things like creativity and learning vicariously. So watching other kids do things, and then kids will kind of look over and see what another kid is doing and try that thing out themselves. And then as they keep trying, and it's kind of that, if at first you don't succeed, try again. I think kids are really good at that, and they'll keep trying, and then finally they'll do it, and then they kind of take away that learning. So I think that that's a really crucial thing. um, I think that idea of communication, I think, is really important. So kids talk to each other or communicate non-verbally, so developing those skills. And I think again, development of social skills, so learning to play together or learning to play side by side. Things like sharing, things like taking turns are really important. um, and I think it can also enhance things that kids might be learning in traditional school environments. So skills that they're developing there, like could be simple math or English skills, or anything that they're learning in school can be enhanced through parallel play.
Tim, are there any other recommendations you have to get kids off their screens and get them outdoors?
Just talking to your kids and asking what they might be interested in the outside, and then finding opportunities for kids to do those things, or creating opportunities for kids to engage in outside activities. And as I mentioned, I think real simple things like even just going on a family hike at a park, um, a local conservation area, those things can bring families together. I think they allow kids to kind of naturally engage in things that they're interested in. So it brings out, I think I said earlier, like their curiosity, like they can get their hands dirty, they can turn things over, see things, be creative in making things maybe in the outdoors. Uh, it also gives them, freedom to do, maybe make some of their own choices. Um, around what they want to do and how they want to do it. Oftentimes, kids are really under a lot of structure and maybe like certain ways of doing things when they're in school or maybe at home. So it gives them a little bit of a freedom to explore. Um, and that idea of kind of escaping routine as well, I think is important. It definitely gets kids away from screens. It changes the routine, helps break that connection to screens that we all seem to be glued to these days. And it also maybe gives them some confidence in doing different things. So I think kids get kind of used to doing a specific thing. And then maybe they're not so sure about trying new things out. And the outdoors is a great way to expand on confidence. So to try new things and be successful in those. And then, I think once kids get outside, they want to keep going outside, especially if it's with friends and family. So I think that those things are good ways to get kids off of screens for sure.
Tim, thanks so much for joining us via Zoom in the studio today.